Hello again and welcome to another Bear Beer Reviews. Today we're going to be trying the world famous Timothy Taylor's Landlord Special, Strong Pale Ale. You'll see this everywhere in all the supermarkets. You'll see it on every tap across the country because this is a legendary beer. A couple of interesting facts about it. If you've ever worked in a pub before and you've had to rack this beer in the cellar, they are notorious. These casks are notorious for just spraying all across the ceiling as soon as you put the spigot in the top of the beer, which I find quite hilarious. And you know, Timothy Taylor's have managed to make their fortune off the back of this beer alone. It's a multi-award winning. I think what it says on the back is won many awards both at the Brewers exhibitions and the Great British Beer Festivals, and it's not a lie. Very easily available, this beer, but it is a stonker. It is a really good classic beer. So crack it on open and we'll pour it out into a glass and see what we get. Oh, that's probably not good with a beer like this. Not be able to get the lid open. Just got a typical English pint glass here. As you can probably hear, can you see how much carbonation's in this beer? That's why you get blowing casks. Because this beer is fizzy as heck. I mean, hello, you can see me through this. This obviously it's absolutely, totally clear, and it's got a nice little amber twinge. It's somewhere like a coppery golden colour, completely see-through. Ridiculous amounts of carbonation. Good 3-finger head on the top of it as well. I did give it a vigorous pour, but I want you to see how much froth there can be from this. And it's kind of a moon landscape sort of froth as well. It's big bubbles and lots of small ones. It's kind of a cavernous and pockmarked head. Let's give it a good old smell. Oh, and as you expect from a pale ale, it's very, very hop forward. The smell is really wonderfully fruity. Kind of almost twinging on an American sort of pale ale. It smells fruity, almost citrusy. But there's a nice, delicious level of spicy note as well, kind of from traditional English hops. Grassy and woodlandy sort of smells. And yeah, definitely citrus. I'm going to go out there and say there's a bit of citrus in there. It smells fruity, that's for sure. And if you give it a really good inhale, you can just about kind of smell a caramelly sort of malt right at the end. But it's very, the hop flavours are much more pronounced, let's put it that way. Alright, so without further ado, let's give it a good old try. Oh, and it's wonderfully clean and refreshing. Oh, it's a really stonking beer, this one. First initial kind of flavour is sort of biscuity, caramelly malt flavour, which then goes away into the hoppy, kind of earthy woodland, floral, hoppy notes, and then this delicious level of I would say it's quite bitter actually. It's a nice distinct bitter flavour that runs through it, although I'm still kind of tasting a bit of those biscuity malts as well. And in fact, yeah, bitterness plays a very big part in this beer. All the way through drinking it, even when you're getting that malt flavour, there is a bitterness just kind of in the centre of your tongue near the back. I'm not sure if that's where the palate picks up bitterness, but I get that all the way through the beer. But it's wonderfully kind of counterbalanced because of that, the flavour of a nice light malt at the beginning, and then the hops coming through a bit at the end. You get this nice transition. It kind of links it all together. I mean, you can definitely see how this beer is award winning. Mouthfeel, it feels a little bit, it feels quite medium bodied, this, like it's a little bit more chunk to it, and the carbonation is quite aggressive on the tongue, but in a nice way. Again, it kind of adds to this whole level of bitterness that runs all the way through the beer, and it's certainly gluggable. I didn't say what percentage it was. I'm good at not saying percentages. This is actually 4.1%, so again, this is a kind of sessionable beer. So if you're not into your bitters, which are more malt based, the Pale Ale Landlord, Timothy Taylor's Landlord, is one of those beers that I go to the bar and give that a try instead if you want to try and session a beer that's not going to be too ABV high, shall we say. So yeah, right, in terms of rating, I like this beer a lot. I'm going to give this a nice 8 out of 10 because the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which I know is more of an American Pale Ale, so it's going to have the New World hops and the citrus notes, is my favourite pale ale. God, that was a good beer. I've never tried that before I did a beer review on it. God, that's a good beer. This one's up there with it, but obviously using more traditional English hops and malts, so it's going to be a different flavour profile. but I like the American style of this, just a little bit more than the English ones. But Timothy Taylor's Landlord, fantastic brew. You'll find it in your local supermarket. Give it a try, I really recommend it. And like, favourite, comment, subscribe to the video, and I shall see you all again on the next beer reviews. Cheers.